Welcome back to the channel, Pocket Change Coins. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most fascinating coins in American history, the United States 1-cent coin from 1944. If you're someone who thinks that small coins hold little value, this one might just surprise you. From its remarkable design to its impressive worth, we're about to uncover the hidden treasures of this iconic piece of currency. Stay tuned to the end, because you won't believe how much a 1-cent coin from 1944 could be worth today. Let's take a step back in time to the year 1944. The world was in the midst of World War II, and the United States was heavily involved in the war effort. This was a time of great economic strain, but also a period of innovation and change. With many resources diverted to the military, the U.S. Treasury faced challenges when it came to minting coins. Copper was in high demand for shell casings, and as a result, the composition of coins had to be adjusted. The 1944 1-cent coin became one of the most unique coins ever produced by the United States due to these changes. While the 1-cent coin of 1944 might seem like just another penny, it actually stands as a testament to a time when the country had to adapt to wartime needs. The most notable feature of the 1944 penny is its composition. The usual copper was replaced by a mix of copper and zinc, resulting in a unique appearance. The coin is a symbol of the wartime spirit, with the U.S. Mint striving to continue producing currency despite the challenges posed by the global conflict. One of the most striking elements of the 1944 1-cent coin is its design. On the obverse side, you'll find the portrait of Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States. This iconic image has graced the penny since 1909 and remains one of the most recognizable portraits in the history of U.S. coins. The reverse side, on the other hand, features the familiar wheat stalks, a symbol of America's agricultural roots. These wheat pennies, as they are often called, were produced from 1909 to 1958, making them a staple of U.S. currency for many decades. But what truly sets the 1944 penny apart is its rarity and the role that wartime conditions played in its production. With the metal shortage affecting coinage, the 1944 1-cent coin was struck using a combination of copper and zinc-coated steel. This mixture of materials was a direct result of the wartime demand for copper. What makes this particular penny even more interesting is the fact that many of these coins were mass-produced during wartime, and most of them were circulated heavily, which means finding one in pristine, uncirculated condition is incredibly rare today. The value of the 1944 1-cent coin, therefore, is largely determined by its condition. Coins that have been well preserved, free from significant wear and tear, are much more valuable than those that show signs of heavy circulation. Coins in uncirculated condition, which have been kept in pristine storage, can command a much higher price on the market. But even if your 1944 penny shows some signs of wear, it's still worth more than its face value. These pennies have grown in appeal over the years due to their unique place in U.S. history, and collectors are constantly on the lookout for them. Moreover, if you happen to come across a 1944 1-cent coin that is in perfect condition, you could be holding a small fortune in your hands. Coins that have no visible damage, scratches, or discoloration are the rarest and most valuable. In fact, collectors are particularly interested in coins that are either mint state or have a grade of MS 65 or higher. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin becomes, especially when it has been certified by professional grading services. But that's not all. There's a little-known variation of the 1944 penny that could make it even more valuable. Some 1944 pennies were accidentally struck on a zinc-coated steel planchet, instead of the regular copper planchet, and these rare errors can increase the value of the coin significantly. These error coins are highly sought after by collectors due to their scarcity and unique manufacturing process. If you find a 1944 penny with the right characteristics, it could easily fetch a higher price than a standard-issue coin. So, what is the value of the United States 1-cent coin from 1944 today? If you have one in uncirculated condition or, even better, one with a minting error, you could be looking at a remarkable $76,000. That's right, $76,000. A single 1-cent coin, worth just 1 penny when it was first minted, could now fetch an incredible sum. This is a prime example of how a small piece of history can carry tremendous value, especially when it's rare and well-preserved. The 1944 1-cent coin serves as a fascinating reminder of how history and rarity can intersect to create something valuable. Whether you're a seasoned coin collector or just starting to explore the world of numismatics, this coin is definitely one to watch out for. If you happen to have one, or if you stumble upon one in your collection or at a garage sale, make sure to check its condition. It could be worth far more than you ever imagined. We hope this video has sparked your curiosity about this historic coin. If you enjoyed learning about the 1944 1-cent coin, make sure to give us a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss another fascinating coin discovery. Today, we're about to explore a fascinating piece of American history, a coin that may look like just another penny, but can actually be worth a small fortune. That's right, we're talking about the United States 1-cent coin from 1950. At first glance, it might seem like an ordinary penny, but trust us, this coin has a story to tell and a value that might just surprise you. Stick around as we take a deep dive into the history, design, rarity, and value of this intriguing piece of currency. Let's start by setting the stage for 1950. It was a time of post-war prosperity in the United States. The country was coming off the heels of World War II and entering a new era of economic growth. The 1950s were marked by a booming economy, the rise of consumerism, and the beginning of the Cold War. But while the world around them was changing rapidly, the U.S. Mint continued to produce coins, including the 1-cent coin, which remained a staple of everyday transactions. The 1950 1-cent coin is part of the Lincoln Wheat series, which was first introduced in 1909 to honor Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States. This iconic design, featuring Lincoln's portrait on the obverse and 2 stalks of wheat on the reverse, remained in circulation for over 40 years. The wheat penny is one of the most beloved designs in American numismatics, and even today, collectors eagerly search for these coins. On the front, or obverse side of the 1950 penny, you'll find the well-known portrait of Abraham Lincoln, facing right. This image, designed by Victor David Brenner, has become one of the most recognizable faces on U.S. coinage. Lincoln is depicted with his trademark beard and strong features, a symbol of leadership and resilience. His image on the penny holds a special place in American hearts, making the coin even more cherished by collectors. On the reverse side of the coin, you'll find 2 stalks of wheat, which is where the coin gets its name, the wheat cent. This wheat design was a nod to the agricultural roots of the United States, symbolizing the country's prosperity and growth. At the time the coin was first designed, the United States was an agrarian society, and wheat was one of its most important crops. The image of wheat was meant to remind Americans of their hard-working roots. But what makes the 1950 1-cent coin so intriguing and valuable? It all comes down to rarity and condition. While many 1950 pennies were minted, only a small number of them are still in pristine, uncirculated condition today. Coins that have been in circulation for decades are often worn down, losing much of their original detail. Finding a 1950 penny in excellent condition is quite rare, and this is what makes the coin so valuable to collectors. The condition of the coin plays a huge role in determining its value. Coins that have been kept in mint condition, free from scratches, discoloration, or damage, are worth significantly more than those that have been circulated. Even if your 1950 penny has just a little wear, it may still be worth more than its face value, but the value really skyrockets if it's in an uncirculated state. For collectors, coins in mint condition are a prized possession, and they are willing to pay top dollar to get their hands on these rare finds. In addition to its general rarity, there are some unique factors that make the 1950 penny stand out. For example, the 1950 penny was struck in very large numbers, but there is one particularly interesting aspect: there was a slight variation in the number of coins produced at different mints. The 1950 1-cent coin was minted in both Philadelphia and San Francisco. The coins minted in San Francisco were made with a different technique, which resulted in some coins having slight differences in their appearance. These variations, while subtle, can make certain coins even more desirable to collectors, further increasing their value, but it doesn't stop there. Some 1950 pennies are known for having minting errors, which can make them incredibly valuable. Minting errors happen when a coin is struck incorrectly, either with the wrong metal, misaligned dies, or other issues that result in a unique design or flaw. These error coins are particularly sought after by collectors because they are one of a kind, and they can fetch a premium price. For example, a 1950 penny with a double die or an off-center strike can easily be worth significantly more than a regular issue coin, depending on the severity and rarity of the error. So, how much can a 1951-cent coin actually be worth? If you happen to have one of these pennies in uncirculated condition, or if it happens to be a rare minting error, you could be sitting on a coin worth as much as $70,000. Yes, you heard that right, $70,000. That's the incredible value some of these rare 1950 pennies can command in the right condition. Whether it's a coin with a minting error or one that has been preserved in perfect condition for decades, these coins can be worth a small fortune. It's amazing to think that a coin worth only 1 cent when it was first minted could be worth so much today. The 1951-cent coin is a perfect example of how rarity, history, and condition come together to create something truly valuable. If you have one of these pennies sitting in your collection, or if you stumble upon one in your pocket change, make sure to take a closer look. You might be holding something worth thousands of dollars. Today, we're going to explore a fascinating and often overlooked piece of American currency, the United States 1-cent coin from 1953. This small but mighty penny has a rich history and could be worth much more than you might think. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just getting into numismatics, you're in for a treat. Stick with us to the end of the video, because you'll be amazed at just how much this little penny could be worth in today's market. The 1953 1-cent coin might seem like just another penny from the mid-20th century, but it's more than just a piece of everyday currency. To fully appreciate its value, let's take a quick journey back to the 1950s. America was in the midst of a post-World War II boom. The economy was thriving, consumer culture was growing, and the country was seeing major advances in technology, from the rise of television to the beginning of the space race. However, while the U.S. was experiencing growth in many areas, the country was also dealing with some challenges, including inflation and the shift away from wartime production. In 1953, the United States Mint was still producing the iconic Lincoln wheat cent, which had been in circulation since 1909. The wheat penny, as it's known, was a symbol of American agricultural heritage, featuring the portrait of President Abraham Lincoln on the front, with 2 stalks of wheat on the reverse side. The design was deeply connected to the country's farming roots and its prosperity, but in 1953, the coin was nearing the end of its long reign in U.S. currency. A few years later, the wheat cent would be replaced by the Lincoln Memorial penny. When you look closely at the 1953 penny, you'll notice the classic image of President Lincoln, facing right, on the obverse of the coin. This portrayal of Lincoln has been one of the most enduring and recognizable images in U.S. history. Designed by artist Victor David Brenner, Lincoln's image on the penny reflects his leadership, wisdom, and the lasting impact he had on the United States. The inscription, Liberty, arcs above his head, and the date, 1953, is prominently displayed below his portrait. The reverse side of the 1953 penny is where the magic happens. The 2 stalks of wheat are arranged around the words, E pluribus unum, and United States of America. This design, which is commonly referred to as the wheat cent design, had been a part of American currency since the early 20th century. The symbolism of wheat pays homage to the country's agricultural past and is a fitting tribute to the farmers who helped build America. So why is the 1953 1-cent coin so special? The truth is, while many 1953 pennies were produced, the ones that are still in excellent, uncirculated condition are becoming increasingly rare and valuable. Over the years, the vast majority of these coins were used in daily transactions, meaning they saw significant wear and tear. Most 1953 pennies you come across will have visible signs of damage, discoloration, or scratches. But when you find one that's in pristine, mint-like condition, it could be worth much more than you think. A coin's value is largely determined by its condition. A 1953 penny in mint state or uncirculated condition is much rarer than one that's been in circulation for decades. Coins that have been carefully preserved, kept in protective storage, and are free from wear are highly sought after by collectors. These well-preserved coins can fetch much higher prices at auctions or from dealers, making them a prized find for anyone lucky enough to have one. In addition to its condition, another factor that can boost the value of a 1953 penny is the presence of minting errors. Sometimes, during the manufacturing process, coins can come out with flaws, such as double strikes, off-center strikes, or other imperfections. These error coins are incredibly rare, and collectors are especially drawn to them because they are unique. If you happen to find a 1953 penny with a noticeable minting error, it could be worth even more than a standard, well-preserved coin. Now, let's talk about the value of the 1953 1-cent coin. While a typical 1953 penny might only be worth a few cents or a few dollars in average condition, a rare, uncirculated penny, especially one with a minting error, can be worth a significant amount more. The highest quality 1953 pennies have been known to sell for tens of thousands of dollars, depending on their grade, condition, and any unique characteristics they might have. So, how much could you expect to get for a top-tier 1953 1-cent coin? If you have a penny in near-perfect, uncirculated condition or one with a rare error, it could be worth as much as $65,000, yes, you heard that right, $65,000. That's the potential value of a 1953 penny in excellent condition, and it's a number that can leave any coin collector or history enthusiast wide-eyed in amazement. Who would have thought that something as small as a penny could hold such immense value? In the world of numismatics, certain coins rise in value over time as they become rarer, and the 1953 1-cent coin is a prime example. As the years go by, more and more of these coins will be lost to time, further increasing the demand for those that remain in excellent condition. That means, if you've got a 1953 penny in your collection, it could be worth much more than you ever realized. Today, we have something truly exciting to talk about: the United States 1-cent coin from 1949. At first glance, this may look like just another penny, but as we'll explore, this little coin packs a punch when it comes to its value and historical significance. Stick around because by the end of the video, you'll be surprised to learn just how much this penny could be worth today. To understand the value of the 1949 penny, we first need to set the stage and take a quick trip back in time. The year 1949 was an interesting time in American history. The United States had just come out of World War II, and the country was adjusting to post-war life. The 1940s were a time of recovery, growth, and change for America. The economy was moving toward expansion, and many new developments were happening in technology and culture. At this point, the U.S. Mint was still producing the Lincoln wheat cent, a coin that had been in circulation for decades. The coin, first introduced in 1909, features the iconic image of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse side, with 2 stalks of wheat on the reverse. The wheat cent is considered one of the most beloved and enduring designs in American coinage history. It's a symbol of the nation's agricultural roots and prosperity. On the obverse of the 1949 penny, you'll find the well-known portrait of President Abraham Lincoln. His image, designed by Victor David Brenner, has become synonymous with U.S. coinage. Lincoln's calm yet determined expression, along with the inscription "Liberty" and the year 1949 below, makes this penny an iconic piece of American currency. Lincoln was, and still is, one of the most revered figures in U.S. history, and his presence on the penny is a tribute to his leadership and vision. But what about the reverse side? The back of the 1949 penny features the 2 stalks of wheat that give this coin its nickname, the wheat cent. The design was meant to symbolize the country's farming roots and agricultural strength. The words "E pluribus unum," which translates to "out of many, one," and "United States of America," are etched around the wheat stalks, emphasizing the unity and strength of the nation. This design remained on U.S. pennies until 1958, when it was replaced by the Lincoln Memorial design. Now, here's where it gets interesting. While the 1949 penny may look like just another piece of everyday currency, it's important to understand that not all 1949 pennies are created equal. Over the years, many of these pennies were used in everyday transactions, and as a result, most of them show signs of wear and damage. The real treasure lies in the condition of the coin. Uncirculated 1949 pennies, those that have never been in circulation and are still in mint condition, are incredibly rare and highly sought after by collectors. A coin's condition, or grade, plays a huge role in determining its value. Coins that have been preserved in excellent condition, without any scratches, discoloration, or heavy wear, are worth far more than those that have been in circulation for decades. A well-preserved 1949 penny, with its original luster and details intact, can be a collector's dream. These uncirculated coins are rarer and more valuable because they've survived for over 70 years in near-perfect condition, but there's even more to this coin than just its condition. As with many coins, minting errors can dramatically increase the value of a 1949 penny. Sometimes, during the minting process, a coin can come out with a flaw, such as a double die, an off-center strike, or other rare imperfections. These error coins are highly desirable to collectors because they are unique and cannot be found anywhere else. If you happen to find a 1949 penny with a noticeable minting error, it could be worth far more than a standard issue coin, making it an even more exciting find. So, just how much is a 1949 1-cent coin worth? While the typical 1949 penny in worn condition might only be worth a few cents or a couple of dollars, an uncirculated 1949 penny, especially one with a rare minting error, can be worth a small fortune. In fact, depending on the coin's condition, rarity, and any unique features it might have, a single 1949 penny could fetch an astounding $85,000. Yes, you heard that right, $85,000. That's the potential value of a 1949 1-cent coin in mint condition or with a rare error. It's hard to believe that a penny, which was once worth just 1 cent, could be worth so much more today. But in the world of rare coins, even the smallest coins can hold incredible value when they are in the right condition or have a unique feature that makes them stand out from the rest. So, if you happen to have a 1949 penny tucked away in your collection, or if you find one in your spare change, be sure to take a closer look. It might just be worth far more than you ever imagined. Whether it's a coin in pristine condition or one with a rare minting error, the 1949 penny is a true gem in the world of numismatics. Today, we have something really exciting to talk about: the United States 1-cent coin from 1966. It might seem like just another penny at first, but trust me, this little coin has a fascinating story behind it and could be worth far more than you ever imagined. Stick with us until the end, because you won't believe how much this 1966 penny could be worth in today's market. To understand the value of the 1966 penny, we need to take a step back in time and look at what was happening in the United States during the 1960s. This was a decade of significant social, political, and cultural change. The country was in the midst of the civil rights movement, the space race was in full swing with the U.S. aiming to land on the moon, and the Vietnam War was intensifying. It was a period of transformation, both on the world stage and within the country itself. Amidst all of this change, the U.S. Mint was still producing the famous Lincoln Memorial penny, which had been in circulation since 1959. The Lincoln Memorial penny replaced the original wheat cent design, which featured 2 stalks of wheat on the reverse side. The new design was a tribute to President Abraham Lincoln, featuring a portrait of Lincoln on the obverse and the iconic Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. This change symbolized the nation's reverence for Lincoln's leadership and his legacy. The 1966 penny is part of this Lincoln Memorial series, and it represents a period of transition in U.S. coinage. While the coin might appear simple, there's more to it than meets the eye. On the obverse side, you'll see the well-known image of President Abraham Lincoln, facing right, with the words, "Liberty," inscribed above him and, "In God We Trust," below. The date, 1966, is prominently displayed at the bottom, and the overall design reflects Lincoln's enduring legacy in American history. Turning the coin over, we find the reverse side, which features the Lincoln Memorial, an architectural marvel that stands as a symbol of freedom, unity, and democracy. The words, United States of America, and E pluribus unum, encircle the memorial, and at the base, you'll find the words, 1 cent. The design is a reminder of the values that the United States was founded upon, as well as the respect and admiration the country has for Abraham Lincoln's leadership. But let's get to the heart of the matter. Why is the 1966 penny so valuable? While most 1966 pennies were produced in large quantities and were widely circulated, the key to understanding its worth lies in its condition and rarity. Over time, most coins that were used in everyday transactions show signs of wear and tear. The 1966 penny is no exception, and most of the ones you'll encounter today will have scratches, discoloration, or other signs of damage. However, the real treasure lies in the uncirculated coins, the ones that have never been in circulation and have been carefully preserved over the years. An uncirculated 1966 penny, which remains in near-perfect condition with all of its details intact, is far rarer than a coin that's been used in daily transactions. Coins in mint condition are highly sought after by collectors because they represent a snapshot of history that's been preserved in its original form. These uncirculated coins are in much higher demand, and that demand drives their value up significantly. On top of that, the 1966 penny is also sought after because of its unique place in U.S. coinage history. While the Lincoln Memorial penny design would remain in circulation for decades after 1966, the year 1965 was the last year that the U.S. Mint produced pennies made primarily of copper. Starting in 1966, the penny's composition shifted, and it became a mixture of copper and zinc. This change marked a turning point in U.S. coinage, and the 1966 penny is one of the first to reflect that shift. There's also another factor that can increase the value of a 1966 penny: minting errors. Minting errors happen when a coin is struck incorrectly during the manufacturing process, resulting in unique and sometimes unusual characteristics. These errors can range from double strikes to off-center designs or even missing lettering. Error coins are highly collectible because they are one of a kind and cannot be replicated. If you happen to find a 1966 penny with a noticeable minting error, you could be holding a coin worth significantly more than the standard issue. Now, let's get to the big question: how much is a 1966 penny worth? Well, the value of the 1966 penny varies depending on its condition and any unique characteristics it might have. A typical 1966 penny that's been in circulation for years will only be worth its face value, or maybe just a few cents. However, a well-preserved uncirculated penny could be worth much more. Depending on its condition and rarity, the value of an uncirculated 1966 penny can soar to as much as $60,000. That's right, $60,000. Yes, this small penny could be worth a fortune if it's in pristine condition or has a rare minting error. It's incredible to think that something so small and simple can hold such immense value, but in the world of rare coins, even the most humble of coins can be worth a small fortune. So, if you happen to find a 1966 penny in your collection or come across one in your pocket change, take a closer look. It could be worth far more than you think. If you're lucky enough to have a 1966 penny in great condition or with a unique feature, you could be holding a coin that's worth thousands of dollars. We hope you enjoyed learning about the 1966 penny and its potential value. If you found this video interesting, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an exciting discovery in the world of rare coins. Thanks for watching, and happy collecting.